So, what are you two doing outside? Just resting, because it's nice and hot. Alright, so I'm gonna try and answer some more questions. Let's see what. I try not to read them too much beforehand, and just like to read them and then get my initial reaction. Come on, bullet! Let's follow me. Alright, so let's go. Let's have a look. So, JK. Hello, big up, JK. Hi Raj, have you read any books on Islam? Uh, yeah, I'm not really much of a book person, to be honest with you. I don't know why, I've never really been able to kind of finish books. I think that's why I was so, I'm going to say the word retarded, I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, but I was quite very thick when I was younger. And people are going to say I'm still thick. Honestly, if you sat down with me and had a proper conversation and not judge me by speakers corner, you'd be surprised about how much I know and the depth of my knowledge in certain areas. So, especially if I'm interested in it. So I haven't really read books, but I have read through the bits of the Quran, and especially the violent verses, just to see them in context. I don't really see them being as bad as they seem to be once you read them in context. They're not great, obviously. I mean, but I'm not a pacifist, and I don't think Muslims are pacifists. But I can understand if you're a Jewish or Christian or anything, it would be pretty abhorrent to hear them saying they want to kill you. And obviously, it's not great. It talks about unbeliever and stuff. So no, I haven't really read. I should. But I've done a lot of research in terms of YouTube. That's the way I normally learn now. Or it used to be TV or whatever. I learn more. I'm more of a visual person. I think that's because I'm an artist rather than someone that reads a book. Allied Atheist Alliance. Big up, Allied Atheist Alliance. This guy's one of my. I don't know if he's a. Yeah, I call him a supporter. Can I call you a supporter? Yeah, I can. Yeah. So I'm not going to read it all out loud. I'm just going to read it in my head for a bit. I was thinking about trying to organise a Mufti Multi-Faith Alliance. The idea is for all religions to march in support of the right to apostasy, blasphemy, criticism, religion freedom, religion honor. First of all, give me your thoughts. Would this be helpful or not? Do you think we'd be able to get many Sikhs involved? And if you know of other religions and groups too, any thoughts would be appreciated. I'd like to think we can get some Muslims involved in too. In fact, that would be critical, especially perhaps Ahmadiyya, Muslims and Shias. So basically, Allied Atheist Alliance. I hate atheism though, so you're my enemy. I'm only joking. I'm not an atheist in any sense of the word. I don't really get atheist either. But, they're peaceful lot normally. A multi-faith alliance against religious extremism. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And yeah, because there's a lot of people, a lot of Muslims. I mean, even Sunni Muslims. I mean, you just say Ahmadiyya and Muslims and Shia, but there are a lot of Sunni Muslims I meet, like Saracen, and there's a lot of people like even Shamsi and all of these. But they may have hardline views in terms of in terms of like the Sharia and stuff. But I think I think people like I think the forward-looking, very forward-looking ones like like Saracen, and there's a guy called Abu Laith. He follows him as well, and a few other people that I think would support that as well. I think it's a good idea. Whether it would happen, it will depend. It depends on whether we can find someone that can kind of unite all of the different factions to come together. Definitely not going to be me. I don't think I've got the clout to bring that many people together. All right, this is a bit of a terrible one here. Avionics. Oh, I'm not going to read it. You can read it yourself because I'm not going to give them the thingy. But avionics, man. Whatever turns you on, whatever turns you on. I always find that people who write comments like this normally, are probably using their own hand, one hand, when they're doing it. So normally typing with one hand. Make your own mind up what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, this is good. Salahuddin al-Maghribi. This sounds like something out of I don't know, some kind of like Indiana Jones movie or something, you know. Salahuddin Al-Maghribi. Very, very good name. I do like these Arab names sometimes. They all sound very, very villainous though. Uh, how are you? 43 years old and still living unmarried in your mum's basement with no friends. Were you that desperate for social recognition that you opted to be Tommy's Asian card? You are truly an Uncle Tom. Okay, let's address. Where do I start? First of all, yes, I'm 43 years old. 43 years old, and I'm married. I do live in my mum's house. Big deal. I love my mum. You know, I don't want to be with anybody else. I want to look after her till she's old. And I got no. When I say I've got no friends, I don't mean like people that speak as don't take offense to other people. I don't have friends in the traditional sense, in the sense that I don't want you ringing me for no reason, talking about what happened to you in your life. I don't care, to be honest with you. Not that I don't care. It's just boring for me. I don't want to hear, oh well, I went here and I went there. All right, fair enough, great, great, great. Not really my thing. But if you want to talk to me about something serious or about speakers, cool, I'm fine with that, man. I actually don't live in the basement. I actually got a room, you know. Can you believe that? My mum gave me a room. Like I'm a human being, you know, not like some little animal put into their basement. But weirdly, I did used to draw in my cellar. I used to have a studio in my cellar. So you're kind of right there when I was little. Uh, do I want social recognition? Not really. I mean, social recognition isn't the reason why I go there. I go there because I want to kind of expose people like you. And am I an Uncle Tom and being used as a card? No, I can't be used as a card because I'm too smart for that. So stop putting your own bigotry of low expectations. I know you're thick and you probably haven't got a brain cell to be able to kind of make your own decisions. So you judge me according to the way you think. But honestly, I can think by myself. So I've made my own conscious decision. Oi, do a live. DNFBD. Yeah, cool. I explained in another video why I don't want to do a live at the moment, but I will in the future. What's this? WTF moments. Raj, Tommy, Isabel, all part of the same group of hate preachers, narrow-minded views of the humans. When I say fuck you all. And I hope you rot in hell. You will never divide us. The great British people of all colours and faiths are united against her. Blah, blah, blah. I'm a Muslim. My wife is Christian. We live together. She follows her belief. And I follow mine. I would die to protect this country and citizen, just like my granddad did with the same brush, just like we can hold Christians. I reply to this, you narrow-minded. We cannot hold all Christians for what Hitler did. So I reply to this, you narrow-minded bigot, Raj. Well done, dude. Well done, dude. If all people thought like yourself and was like you, I'd have no problem. So what you're saying is true. You allow people to live with different faiths without kind of trying to do dawah on them 24/7 hours a day, because that's one of the things that annoys me about Muslims. You always feel like they're doing dawah on you. Very annoying trait. And yeah, I mean, I don't blame all Muslims. I just want the Muslims to become strong enough, the people like yourself, maybe, to be able to weed out the guys within your community. Oh, look who it is, AR23. Big up AR23. He's one of the regulars at Speaker's Corner. He's a nice dude, man. Let's see what question he's got for me. Hey Raj, if you had all the power in the world, what would the top 3 things you would change first? And what is your idea of a perfect world? Wow, AR23. I knew you would come up with something really kind of mind-blowing. So thank you. You've come out with a very great question. I'm impressed. Firstly, I would definitely stop all animal cruelty. Everything. I would stop the dairy industry, even though I drink dairy, which is why I'm evil. I've tried to stop, but I can't stop eating ice cream. All the meat industries, all the leather, everything. I would think of alternatives to everything if I could. I think we've got the technology now to do it, to kind of find other sources. Secondly, I would, I don't know. I mean, this is quite difficult actually now that I think of it. Animal cruelty. What are the top 3 things you would change first? So animal cruelty, definitely, that comes into my mind straight away. I would. Wow, that's kind of stumped me. Maybe I'm not as kind of like thoughtful as I thought I am. I might actually come back. Do you know what? This one is such a good question. I need to come back to it. So AR-23, I apologize. I'm gonna think about this one because uh, it's a question that's I can't do with a flippant kind of thing because it's a serious question. And my idea of a perfect world is no one being here, just me. Sort of. Yeah, it would be quite nice. All right, I'll go back to that one. Sophia Films. Big up Sophia Films. Muslims hate black dogs. You should have put a niqab on that one. Oh, poor Bullet. Bullet! 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 Oh, he's not here. Poor Bullet. Yeah, I know. This is one thing that I find disturbing about Muslims is the lack of the fact that in Islam dogs are not seen as. Come here. Somebody has said they want to cover you up. Huh? Do you want me to do that? Cover you up? No. And so look how beautiful this dog is, yeah? And it's a black dog. And this is one of the things I find quite disturbing in Islam is the kind of dislike for dogs. They can only be used for certain things and not allowed in the house. I don't know why. They're such a beautiful creature. So yeah, I won't put that on her face. Hi Raj, I usually give you it's astrology stars. Yeah, I'm shocked. You do usually give me stick. So keep the heat coming, man. I love it. But my question is, would you consider marriage and have kids? That's if you haven't already. All right, this is quite complicated. My family is very annoyed. I feel sorry for my mum. She's kind of like, she'd have tried to kind of like introduce me and stuff through the arranged marriage. It doesn't really work. The thing is that it's going to sound quite cruel. I wouldn't mind having kids and getting married if I didn't have any of the baggage of the family. Because the problem with Asian families is that you have a whole family you have to get married into. So you don't just marry a wife, you then get the whole package. I know this sounds bad. I mean, if I could find an orphan, so if there's any orphans out there, orphan women with no family, no connection, just completely by themselves, then yeah, I'd consider it. Because I cannot abide by this family stuff. Anyone that knows me is that I don't associate with my own cousins either. Really, doesn't mean that I don't like them or some of them I do love and stuff like that. But I don't associate with them. I have a relative across the road, a close relative, my cousin sister's son, and I get on with him really well. But he had a baby. It took me 1 year to cross. I'm talking about literally across the road. I'm not talking about down the road, across the road, just maybe a 10, 15-second walk. And it took me 1 year to go around and say happy, congratulate him on having a baby. And the thing is, they didn't really mind. They know what I'm like, so they're used to it. I don't go to no family functions or anything like that. I just stay to myself. So if I could find a wife who's an orphan, I'm joking around a bit, but somebody that has no connection and nobody I have to visit all the time or be nice to, then yeah. And then kids, I do like kids, yeah, because I'm a big kid, but I couldn't look at like a dog. I would love a dog, but I think I would neglect it and the dog would die at some point because I'm quite bad like that sometimes. And I think with a kid, I think that I'd probably neglect it and they'd probably grow up hating me. And the thing is, a similar thing happened with my dad. My dad, now I know he's extremely autistic. I just thought he was an arsehole all my life because he doesn't talk or anything like that. And I despised him as I was growing up because I didn't understand him. He didn't really speak. And so now I love him. I mean, when I say despite, I always loved him, but I got angry with him a lot. But now, I see him and I can understand him now. And I don't want that kind of things. But I do like kids and stuff. I like seeing them once in a while. But having them around me all day, freaking heck, man, that would just be like a nightmare. So I'll never say never, but it has to be very, 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 very specific requirements. No family, and the kids have to be like completely obedient. I'm talking about like if I tell them to shut up, they better just shut up. I don't want any mouth. It was, I do believe in smacking kids as well. So I'm not talking about all the time, but once in a while. So, you know, I'm probably not the best person to be a father. All right. I don't know who Jacob St. Louis. I don't know what that is. Cool. What do you think if Jake? I don't know who that is. Jacob Rees-Mogg. I need to check that out. All right. So St. Louis says, "What are your opinions on Christianity, in particular traditional Roman Catholicism?" Very complicated. I think Christianity is a beautiful faith. I think Jesus is a great role model. He's like, don't take offense, but he's like a hippie, and if you follow him, I think you'd have a really, really kind of like it's a great role model to kind of emulate. And I have no issue with Christianity in that sense. In terms of traditional Roman Catholicism, this is very, very complicated. So I cannot do this in this video. I might have to do a longer chat. But I do have a problem with Roman Catholicism in a sense that not the people, but I think the Vatican. And when I researched the Vatican's history and how much they've changed the Ten Commandments, I mean, one of the things is that you're not supposed to have any graven images, but because Rome had so many statues, they took that particular Ten Commandment out. And so now you have statues of Jesus and Mary and all that kind of stuff. Things like the day of rest was actually a Saturday, then it was turned to a Sunday because Sunday was a Roman holiday and a pagan holiday. And so many things about paganism has been mixed into Roman Catholicism. I'll talk about it. I do think there's parts of the Roman let's just say the Vatican, not Catholics of the Vatican, that I find very, very, very difficult to stomach. I'll do a longer video on that one day, hopefully. What is a full story? What happened to your cousin? Was it reported to the police? So that's Cherosobi. Yeah, we did. Police didn't take it seriously. We had to deal with it ourselves, which is why I'm quite frustrated. And when I hear the rest of the stories, they always kind of brush it and say, oh, it's an Asian thing. Oh, it's because you don't like it because she's going with a Muslim, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, no, no. The guy is pimping her out. There's a difference. You're not going out when you're pimping somebody out and drugging them up to get them unconscious. That's not going out with someone. Why is it acceptable for you to wind up Muslims by mocking them? And it's Cherry Sherigan. And when you were challenged, you kept replying, get a humor. However, when the situation was reversed and you called a fuddu, your reply was, well, you called everyone savages and a fellow Sikh a cokehead and alcoholic and replied, fuck Sikhs. Now, let me tell you something. When I mock people, I don't mock them by going, you're a fuddu or you're this or that. And, remember, I'm by myself, so even my mocking by myself only has so much impact. And the thing is that, with the guy that I called a grade A prick, the guy's ridiculing my cousin being raped. So I will call him a grade A prick. Now, for me, I was surrounded, and they can call me what they want. Yeah, they can call me what they want, and I can retaliate and say that he's a cokehead because he is a cokehead. I retracted it afterwards just to save, just for an apology and just to, but he didn't accept the apology. But he is a cokehead and he is an alcoholic. And the reason why I said that everyone's savages because they behave like savages. If you behave like a savage, I will call you a savage. Yeah, you have no brain. If you go with groupthink. Yeah, and all you can do is just standing, yeah, and thinking you're a savage in my eyes, and you're a savage as well. And that fellow Sikh is nothing to me. This is why I do not like Sikhs as well, because all individuals, regardless of religion, we have some messed up people. And this guy, when I said the F Sikh thing, which I've apologized for, I was actually referring it to him personally, but it kind of went a bit wrong. I don't know how many more I can read. I'll have to come. Actually, I might just finish it. Hold on. Don't want it to be too long though. That's quite. What do you think about Jewish or Zionist? Actually, I think I need to cut the video because it's nearly 20 minutes. I don't want them to go over 20 minutes. So, all right. Oh yeah, this is another ad hominem attack about my teeth and. and worn a new set. The thing is, when I'm wearing my clothes here, I don't believe in kind of like worrying about clothing. What I do is I buy multiples of the same stuff. So I've got so many of the same clothes. So whatever I wear, I'll normally buy 6, 7 pairs, and then I'll just keep on changing the pairs. I don't believe in this silliness of fashion and keep on worrying about clothes. I haven't got time for that bullshit. I will buy a particular clothing, like I love that kurta pajama, the black one, and so I will, yeah, I will keep on wearing the same clothes. That's just the way I am. And when I say same clothes, I mean the same, similar clothes, but loads of them. So I've got 6, 7 pairs of that kurta pajama, and I've got loads of the same trainers, loads of the same. Even the clothes I'm wearing now, I've got like absolutely loads of these black tops and these bottoms. I just buy in bulk. Research people that wear similar clothes every day, and you'll realize most of those people are geniuses. Am I a genius? I don't know, man. I don't think I am, but I've got some skills. I do have some skills. I've got some skills. I can do things. I'm not completely talentless, and I don't think I'm completely moronic. But whether I'm a genius, that's for you lot to decide. Right? Call me a genius if you want. I don't mind. Or you can call me a moron. I'll read it as well. Anyway, I'll go and answer the rest of the questions after.